So first I'm going to show you, there was just a few videos I took yesterday and the day before, and so yeah, I'm going to show you guys those videos first, and then I have some interesting stuff to show you, and I'll explain it after you kind of like see everything. But I'm going to go through the videos from yesterday and the day before. I'm gonna put them in, and then after you see those, you'll see time lapses, and then after those time lapses, I'll talk to you guys again and explain what's going on. So here's what I've been doing. Okay, so I'm not actually doing a vlog still today or tomorrow, or probably Sunday, but I wanted to just take a quick video because I'm really afraid with what's going on. I think that my body pain's been really like way worse than usual today, and I was just like, that's really weird, like what the hell, what's going on, why do I feel like this? Like like really a lot worse. And I did like yoga earlier to try to stretch everything out because I thought everything was just very tense, but I wasn't sure, and I realized and was like, wait, the other times that this has happened, I've had a severe infection and have gone from no fever, no symptoms to fever 104 within less than 24 hours, and end up in the hospital for both times was like 8 or 9 days due to severe infection. So I'm going to buy a thermometer because Adrian said he thinks my face is hot and that I have a fever. So they don't have a thermometer, so I'm going to go buy one. So by the time you see this, we'll know if I'm in the hospital or not, but just wanted to take it just as, I don't know. Okay, so on Friday, it was Thursday. I think it was like Thursday night. I was emailing back and forth with my gastroenterologist, and he's kind of not sure if this is IBS or inflammatory bowel disease related. But I haven't really been able to eat anything like at all in probably 4 days at this point. I also, in the other videos, you'll see it kind of explained it. My body, I sometimes get these severe, like, it's like an increased level of pain compared to what my normal level of like full body pain is, and the only times I get confused about it, like I don't understand what's going on. This has happened like 3 times or 4 times now, where it's like I don't understand really what's like causing my body to hurt, and I'll like blame it. Like I went for a walk with my mom the other day, and so when I woke up the next day, I was like, okay, so we walked a mile, so I'm just sore from that. But basically what happens, and I didn't have this realization until 2 nights ago, that this happens. The last 2 infections I've had, it's happened, and I've run a fever within 24 hours. I went from being like symptom free to having full body pain, and then where I can't understand what's really going on with it, and then I just like I spike a fever, and the fever increases. And so the last 2 times we had this unidentified infection that I had November to December, and then when I had aseptic meningitis, which is also viral meningitis, so it's not and I really should do a video about that, but it's basically like you could die from bacterial meningitis, and many people who survive bacterial meningitis have some sort of permanent damage to their brain and some of their functioning. I know my mom knew somebody who went deaf from having bacterial meningitis, so it's really good that I had viral instead of bacterial, but it still comes because meningitis is this inflammation and swelling of the meninges, which line your brain and your spinal cord. It's extremely painful. Like there's a medication that, you know, you only really get if you're like severely, you know, like there's something severely wrong. It's Dilaudid. And I've taken it. Like I've had situations where I've had to take Dilaudid in the hospital, but I was getting Dilaudid actually. I was getting morphine every 4 hours, and then at one point the pain spiked, and I was given a lot of Dilaudid, and it like messed up my excretory system function, and I couldn't pee. They had to put a catheter, and I was like not conscious. It was really weird. So it's a really, like, although aseptic meningitis isn't deadly, it comes with its own problems too. It comes with like a lot of pain, and the inflammation is still there. It's just not going to cause some sort of it's just not going to cause like some sort of damage. It will go away on its own, but so basically I was afraid, because I've had viral meningitis, the biggest thing that will predispose you to have viral meningitis is if you have had viral meningitis in the past. So basically anytime I have like full body pain and I'm having problems like moving my neck and my head really hurts, I have to have a spinal tap to just check to see, A, they want to make sure it's not bacterial, because I could still get bacterial meningitis, but B, they want to check for viral, because I still, although I can't get treatment, I can at least stay in the hospital and get, like, I could be comfortable, because it's still very painful. Sorry guys, I'm like really thirsty and this is not really what I want to drink. I'll explain this in a second. So the last 2 infections I've had, it's been within 24 hours that I am symptomless, I get symptoms, I spike 104 fever, and I end up in the hospital for like over a week. So the infection that I had 2 years ago, I had full body pain. I was taking antibiotics at the time, and I had full body pain and I thought I was blaming it on the antibiotics, so I was just taking Tylenol. I had it for, I think it was like 3 days, and then I just woke up this one day, I like couldn't move, I was throwing up, you know, like bile, and I ended up in the hospital for almost 2 weeks, I think. The last 3 hospitalizations, or like the 3 main hospitalizations I've had, have all been over a week, between a week and 2 weeks. So I got scared. As you could see the other night, I got scared. I ran out and bought a thermometer, and I've been just monitoring everything. Like, I know, like, I don't feel like I have a fever right now. I'm still having the full body pain. Yesterday it was just getting like worse and worse and worse, so I don't know if, and like then last night I was getting really bad headaches, so I don't know if like my body's actually successfully fighting something, or this is just kind of simmering and I'm gonna end up in the hospital. Thankfully, since I'm not working, it would be a much easier situation. So as much as I don't want an infection, I want to not be anxious that I might have one that I'm gonna end up hospitalized for. So like I'm kind of in the middle, like I don't want an infection, but I don't want to feel like I'm feeling right now. And I've taken an anti-nausea medication a couple times. I've been taking pain medication, prescription headache medication. Like, I've been taking a lot of stuff for it. Anyway, so I'm not in the hospital yet. I don't know if this is going away, and I don't know if this is something that I'm gonna end up hospitalized for. So we're just really monitoring everything. So now to this new treatment I have. There is a thing for people who have very compromised immune systems, or that have like an immunodysfunction, like just a messed up immune system, or are on medications that accidentally mess up the immune system as a side effect. People like that can get treatment, and it's called IVIG. So it's intravenous immunoglobulins, and it takes 10 to 20,000 people, their plasma to make a single product, for, you know, because it's a lot of antibodies. And so what it does is you get it intravenously, you know, in an IV, and it's kind of, it comes with very serious side effects, but and we don't know if if I have an immunodysfunction, so I want to get testing for it. But so like in a situation like that, if you're doing IVIG, you'd have to start off in the hospital, then you can start doing it at home. So what I'm doing, because that's unsafe and I need something specific to my digestive system, I'm taking this thing called Entergan, and my doctor gave me the medication the other day, and it's what they call it, just for people who don't understand, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's a prescription medical food product. So basically I have, well, I've had 4 of them, I think. So I got 60 packets, I believe, for free, because I'm just trying it out right now. My doctor gave me about 60 packets, and basically what it is, and I'm going to read this just so you guys know the actual, like, I'm not making stuff up. It's serum-derived bovine immunoglobulin protein isolate. So basically what that means, serum-derived means it comes from, I believe it means it comes from somebody or something's blood. So bovine basically is this kind of like wide range classification. So it includes buffalo, yaks, cattle, like cows, and like bison, animals like that. There's a few other animals I know. I think there's 10 of them, and I don't know the rest. I've never heard of the rest. But basically what it does is they take their plasma, and they take the antibodies that are within the plasma of the animals they're taking it from. They'll take the antibodies, the immunoglobulins, and they'll take those and I guess do something to dehydrate them and create them into a powder. And so basically what I'm doing is I'm taking this powder, which is from a cow's, it's antibodies from a cow's plasma, from their blood, and I stick it with 4 ounces of water and I drink it. So I have to do this twice a day for right now. So it primarily has 3 groups of people it helps. It's people with inflammatory bowel diseases like I have, and I'm going to put the link to a few of my videos in the description, since this is kind of more of like an educational vlog. But it is, it's for people with inflammatory bowel disease. I specifically have lymphocytic colitis, which is a really rare form of inflammatory bowel disease. It helps people with severe IBS, where other treatments don't work, and it helps people with HIV. And so what it does is it binds to the, it binds to the microbial products that some bacteria release. So you have good and bad bacteria, so in your intestinal tract, and like it's not an antibiotic because the antibiotic would reduce it, and it's not a probiotic because probiotics are introducing more bacteria. So this just binds to these microbial products, and it's supposed to prevent them from going into the intestinal wall and creating inflammation that way. So it's preventing stuff from going into my intestinal wall, which it causes a lot of abdominal pain for me, a lot of spasms of my intestines. It causes like diarrhea, it causes bloating, and so basically it's supposed to reduce the inflammation by using these immunoglobulins. It is supposed to reduce the inflammation that's being created in the intestinal tract. So so basically I'm only on day 3 of it, and it takes 2 to 4 weeks. So I don't really know when it's gonna start working. It's obviously gonna take at least 14 days. It tastes like if you were to make oatmeal and strain out the water and drink it. That's what it tastes like. And like I just want to not think about how it's plasma from a cow. Yeah, I basically have exhausted all other options. It was increasing a pain medication I'm on, which doesn't do anything. It was trying an antibiotic I've tried before and it failed. What was my other option? My other option was... there was a third option, I can't remember what it was. But basically, the options I was given I had tried, they failed, so this was the best option for me, basically. And in the entirety of my chronic illness life in the past 3 years, I have never felt more hopeful and positive with a treatment as I have with this. This just sounds like it's something that will work, and if it does, I'm gonna be so grateful. So it's a little gross, but hopefully in the long run it will work. So yeah, I just wanted to kind of explain that a little bit. And at this point, I still don't have a fever, so I don't know if I'm gonna end up in the hospital or not. But we've just been trying to be very careful of it the past couple of days and like making sure I monitor my temperature. So yeah, that's basically it. We're just gonna be watching like sports today. I have some homework to do, but I really wanted to have this vlog focusing on explaining this new treatment option that I have, and explaining why I was freaking out about going to possibly being admitted to the hospital. So thank you for sitting with me while I explain that. So I will see you guys in a little bit. And I registered a gen ed for the fall, so it's media studies and completely online.